Yes, here we are. Good evening, everyone. I have a hair in my face. Welcome to the July 10th, I think that's today's date, episode of the Fairy News Network. I am Fairy Princess Lolly, and I'm here with Count Morbid, Baron Gunther Hammerhands, Ion the
Yeah.
Leprechaun, Famous Dana. Uh-oh, I have to go close my thing on.
No, see,
Do-do-do-do.
it's
I
actually
hate that.
it's actually King Baron. I was King and Baron. So
Oh my god.
I well, I got a crown and everything.
Okay, so if this is your first time joining us tonight, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are returning to watch yet another amazing episode, please ring the bell icon so that you get notifications. And remember that you can support us and our channel and all of our events in a very manageable fashion by joining, becoming a member of our Faye family on Patreon. And that will give you not just the rewards that come with that, but also discounts at all of our upcoming events and swag that is in the store. So before we jump into everything tonight, and which I'm really excited for because we're going to recap Fairyblossom Festival and a lot of fun stuff. I would like to first give a little shout out to a couple of our fairy market vendors from Fairyblossom, Three Witches Designs. If you are looking for awesome handmade jewelry and besoms and other such things, please check them out. They are on Facebook under Three Witches Designs. And also, if you love to have fairy hair in your hair and you are in the City of Destiny area, I believe that is Tacoma on the human map, you can get your fairy hair down there from Rain Pixie at Rain Fantasies. So go ahead and look her up on Facebook if that is a thing you're looking for as well. Or you can go to our website. We still have the links to our various vendors in the fairy markets up on our website. A couple of shout outs. One to the AFK Tavern. Thank you so much, our friends there, for getting us in on one of their pre-Fairy Blossom interviews that we had, and we've just had some good support coming from that direction. So thank you. And also to the Olympia Film Society, which is where we acquired the Game Master from, who runs all those amazing games in the Nerf Battlefield. If you are in that area and you loved those games, please check out the Olympia Film Society on Facebook and maybe give a like to their group and check out some of their other fun family events that they have, because they are always doing cool Nerf battles and whatnot in the park. And since it's summer, it is a really good time for that. So one last bit of new news before we jump into some other fun gossip is that going forward, we will be teaming up with the Post Pixies over at the Hidden Folk to have our own column in their bi-weekly newsletter. So if you would like to receive regular email newsletters that involve all kinds of gossip from the other side of the hedge and some cool, fairy stories, history, and other such things, there will be a link in the low bar, so you can just click the link and put your email address in, and you will start getting those. The last one just came out yesterday, so it'll be another couple of weeks before you will see one. But I'm sure that everybody would love to have you. So, okay, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to get on to the fun stuff? Because I am. Yes.
I don't know what just happened, but it sounded like no.
What did it sound like? Where is your crown?
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit on my head unless I grab my horns away.
King Baron Gunther. I think we.
This is like how it works. It works like this. That's or I could wear the fuzzies up here, and then just do this, and it does that because my head is too big, and I blame you for making my head big.
Yes, well, all those titles have Yeah.
That's
Swollen.
until I need to get a little tiara like the one you have on right now.
It's discreet.
Should I wear a little tiara like you have, Fairy Princess Lily?
No.
Are you sure, Fairy Princess Lily? Because I can arrange that.
I'm positive, King Princess Baron Gunther.
I am not King Princess Baron. I am King Prince Baron.
No, no.
But-
If you were crowned like mine, I will call you Princess, Baroness, and maybe even Queen.
Well, then I will probably laugh at you when you do. I don't know. I got nothing for that.
I expect you to start wearing skirts and what else?
So does a kilt count as a skirt then?
No.
I don't know. You should ask the Scotsman.
You know what? For the sake, I will put a kilt on.
So, how did you get your crown? I would like to hear the story of how you became the Unking. King.
How? Okay. Hold on. How is it unking? Do I look like a 7-Up to you? Do I project the uncle? Silence, Fidel.
You're only thinking a topsy-turvy sort of way.
I mean, it's true. That is true. So apparently, we had a nice evening at the Catawampus Rumpus, and there was a bunch of karaoke or karaoke, if you will, and dancing. There was lots of people dancing. It was nice, very beautifully decorated. I must say, you did a fantastic job, Fairy Princess Lolly.
Of doing what?
Of directing how it should be decorated.
Actually, the credit goes to Count Morbid on this one, because really, if it hadn't been for him buying the lights at the absolute last possible minute and getting them to us, we pretty much would have been having half of the entire feast table would have just been in complete and utter darkness, and it would have been very sad and lame. And so Count Morbid saved the day, like big time saved the day. You should get a roll of lifesavers.
That's like true,
really
because
an excuse to get away from everyone.
I like that. That makes sense too. That makes sense too. I mean, let's put it this way, sir. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten out there and wrapped everything around the maypole and hung all the extension cords and made sure that it looked pretty for you.
By the way, if things behind me,
hold on.
Take those off your head. Take those off your head right now. Those are mine. Take them off.
Well, how are they in my head then?
You put them there. Get them off your head.
That's a bad point.
Thank you. I'm much pleased. The inside of my ear itches though, and I have to scratch it.
I was just saying, because Count Morbid is the prettiest, I had to make sure that the table was the prettiest and the floor was the prettiest to properly represent his worship there. That's not as pretty as he thinks.
I'm the prettiest.
It's true. You are still the prettiest, Count Morbid.
He's also the most county here.
Except for me when I'm Unseelie, because that's what happened. Is I actually won a costume contest, dressing Unseelie with a hat and the goggles and such, and I became the king. And there's actually very pretty pictures if we look at the Fairyblossom Facebook group of me with my queen, and she was disheartened. What is it with the cat? You're going to end up eaten by one. You know this, right?
This is my cuters patuters.
Real
yes,
quick,
that is your cute.
Geo the cash cat.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a few things from Fairyblossom that I got from my nephew. If you don't mind me showing him real quick.
Actually, I think it would be cool to do a little show and tell of things that we got from the festival.
Yes. Well,
you go first, Count Morbid, and go.
Here is a spooky cup for him. Here, that is a cup for you. That was from the nice Tupperware people whose name I can't remember.
That would be Ye Old Tupperware. Gray's Creations. Can you hold it up to the camera so we can see it?
Yeah, here, hold. What, the child or the cup? Okay.
I'm not sure which one is spookier, to be honest, the child or the cup.
Do we get to eat the child?
Get
The
those
other
off
thing that
your
I got
head.
from, I believe,
What's on my
is called
head?
Magical Alley or Classical Alley.
Oh,
It
yes,
is a
Magical
paint-
Alley wands.
Yes, and it's a paint your own wand kit that you can decorate later. It comes with glitter, but we won't use that.
Glitter
I
comes in
mean,
black.
glitter might get used when you're not looking. Just gonna put that out there.
Will you at least use confetti?
Yeah. Yes. I'll be right back.
Oh, I guess that showing time with Count Morbid is over now. It's like, come back here.
Wait, I got one. I got one. I got one.
Did you catch it by the tail? Oh, in a net. Okay. Are you going to sell it at the Goblin Market?
Maybe.
You'll have to let us know what the going rate is. I mean, asking for a friend, you know. What are you doing back there?
Who? Flynn? Who got sent to the Goblin Market? Is that who you're asking for?
Okay, who wants to go next?
No, not. We're not going to do it right now.
I'll go next then. I got
All
a
right,
thing.
go.
I got. What? Why is it attached to my bed now all of a sudden? What is this about? Ta-da! I got a drinking horn.
You can go out back.
A drinking horn.
I did. It's a fantastic. It has a monitor on it too. Oh yeah, there is. For those who are looking. And so that is the symbol of Thor and protection. And it's so I can. It's like your Seelie cup, only
Only hornier.
I wasn't going there. Why did you have to go there?
It's a horn. That crying child in the background is not.
This is how we get. This is how we get dirty looks from Harry Princess Lolly and her shaking her head at us as we speak.
No, I'm not completely innocent of having, made a risque, lascivious joke here and there.
So Fairy Princess Lolly, actually, you were the one that got this for me because I was off wandering through the woods, lost. Do you remember the vendor's name then that you got it from?
Green Fire Goods.
Green Fire Goods, yes.
Yes.
And so it doesn't match my horns, but it's still a good horn nonetheless.
Well,
I like it.
I'm glad that you have a horn now. A horny horn. So many jokes right there. Just nobody touch that, please.
This is why we can't have nice things, Fairy Princess Lolly.
No, I don't actually think that's the reason, but okay. Ion, what about you? Do you have anything?
I do. I discovered that some of my outfits don't have as many pockets as some others do, and so I needed one. So I bought one that slides nicely on a belt, and it has a lovely flap in the front, so I could store things.
Hold it up to the camera. I like that.
Pretty.
At the least, only some of the gold will be stored there.
And you got that from where? Do you remember the name?
Oh, it's that leather worker that was sharing a space with
With Lumina?
yeah, with Lumina. What's his name?
Oh, that's what I got my pockets last year.
No. Well, I didn't know you got pockets from him last year.
Yeah, that's where I hide your magic mirror when you don't have a place to stick your magic mirror. Jim! That's right.
Jim.
He is Jim the leather worker.
Famous Dana, what about you?
Well, I didn't actually purchase anything from anybody because I was really, really busy this weekend.
You were
And
cooking
so
quite a bit.
I was cooking quite a bit, yes. And one of the biggest things that happened was that I broke my ladle while I was cooking. And it was kind of sad. And there were so many people who came up to me after that saying, you know, we want to help you next year. We don't want you to break any more necessary items for cooking. So one of the things I got was from Magical Alley. This is an actual cauldron spoon.
Is
that
it
they gave
meant to
to
be
me.
used? Is it meant
It
to be
is.
used for cooking?
It could be, but I don't think I will ever actually use it for cooking because the facial expression of this guy here goes food.
He's
So
so
let me.
cute. That's
So
amazing.
let me ask you, famous Dana, who gave you that?
The ladies from Magical Alley at the wand makers, they also make the cauldron spoons as well. So they don't just make the wands. And this one had a little hangy thing at the top so I could carry it around with me.
That is
And
epic.
For
I
all your
don't think I will use it as a club, but it is capable of being used.
Okay,
So look out,
I
Gunther.
will testify that I have eaten. No, I'm just saying. So she is the official cook of the barony of Wolfgard, and I did try to go into the kitchen and get into some of the things she was making, and I might have gotten clubbed over the head with it once or twice. It's a thing. It happens. I'm all right with it.
Oh,
It's worth
my
it.
kitten is asleep behind
I
me.
mean,
No, she did some really good work, I think. Terry Wood is the name of the lady that does the hand carving on the non-magical wands at Magical Alley. And her husband, Tim, is the one who does the magic wands.
Tim is a great guy. I like him.
He has a fine accent.
He
It's
does.
a very English accent.
So it was really funny because he looked at me and he goes, "Wow, you sound like you're a Cockney," and I go, "Wow, you sound like you're British." That's about where it ended. That was a good conversation, though.
Did you tell him that you were some kind of Norse mountain troll Viking hybrid?
So I started to tell him that, and he started to get a wee bit confused. I explained that I actually learned English from the English originally.
I'm not convinced you actually know English still.
I still can't read it. I tried. You gave me a thing to switch, and I tried to read it. I tried to focus. Some of your letters are looking funny. I'm just saying. It's like you misdrew a bunch of Norse letters. That's all I'm saying.
I don't have anything to say here.
That's because
all I know is that you are officially a baron now, and that means that you should probably learn how to, do formal things.
Like what?
Well,
do the tea.
I know how to do the tea. See, hang on. See, tea.
Start.
So, how
Right
about
away.
spell your own name?
In English?
What did you rename your barony?
My barony is the barony of Ulfgard, which if you Ulfgard. Okay, so if you're American, it means Wolfgard, but it's Ulfgard.
Well, I think that's a fine name.
You know what? It was, well, us being down here in Raven's Eye, it is good to have wolves watching over you to protect you, as they did in ancient times. So, with my people down here and how I protect and how I encourage such things over all of the Fae, having it be the barony of Ulfgard just made sense.
Speaking of being down there, Canterbury in not this weekend, but starting next weekend and the weekend after. I'm excited for that. And are we going to do shenanigans at the Enchanted Forest? Possibly, maybe.
Maybe, possibly. because of the barony stuff going on here, I'm trying to restructure some things, but we're going to try. Just saying.
I'm just saying, I really, really, really want to go to the Enchanted Forest.
You think I don't? My birthday is next week.
Well, what do trolls call their birthdays? I mean, is that your catching day? Is it your...
Apparently kindergarten.
I just call it my birthday, to be honest with you. It's like, hey, you're birthed from a mountain. And I'm like, that's true. And they're like, go make something. I'm like, all right.
Are you saying birthday or birthday?
Birth.
What?
Just like
I said birthday. It's birthday.
It's
It's the old god. Man, some freaking enormous man.
It's slurry, you know, in the same way that the Spanish slur some of their THs and Ds together, right?
It is not wolf god. That is English. It is wolf god.
Wolf.
Woof.
Wolf.
Okay, I'm gonna spell it for you. It's ULF freaking GARD.
What?
So the freaking is silent?
I saw that thing, Dana. I want to show me your teacup. I want to see your teacup. Yeah. Wait. I don't see it. I'm looking.
Bring it there you go.
It's
That's
really
super
pretty.
cute.
And it's pink, and the plate is pretty in pink as well. There's nothing on it right now, but
There looks like there's a hydrangea on it. I love hydrangeas.
They're really pretty.
That's why hydrangeas became the plant of Wolfguard.
So, okay. Speaking of events, I am going to watch this awesome segue, right? I'm just going to go from, Canterbury to right into our list of upcoming events, right? Are you guys ready? I'm going to go through this super fast. Wait, I'm not ready. There it is. I'm looking for the first page of the event calendar. All my papers got mixed up. I am not nearly as organized at this as I should be, I suppose. All right. Canterbury Renaissance Fair. We will be there, the Fae Court, and we will have a bunch of things. I'm just going to start with that one because I'm really excited for it. But we will have a bunch of things going on, and you can come by during the day. You can get your quest from us. If you happen to be somebody who is staying overnight and you will be there after hours, you can still come by because we have some fun goodness planned, and I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but it involves bodies and parts and John Barleycorn. It's going to be great. So
wait, John Barleycorn's in my barony?
Well, he will be.
Oh no.
Okay, so July 6th to September 2nd is the Bristol Renaissance Fair, and that is in Kenosha, Wisconsin. The Kentucky Highland Renaissance Festival is in Eminence, Kentucky on June 1st to July 14th. I think that means that this weekend is the last weekend of that. The Sterling Renaissance Festival is in Sterling, New York, and that is June 15th to August 4th. Wrong dates, my bad. July 6th to August 18th. Oh, you have a whole,
what just
a whole
happened
bunch
there?
of weeks left of that. I just said the date. I just mixed up the dates. Just, this is not the fair you're looking for. Okay, so the Colorado Renaissance Festival is in Larkspur, Colorado, and that is June 15th to August 4th. So there are several weeks left of that. The Great Lakes.
I have a lot of friends there.
Great Lakes Medieval Fair and Marketplace, that is a very long name, is in Rock Creek, Ohio, July 13th to August 18th. The Medieval Mayhem Renaissance Fair is in Sitchgreaves National Forest, Pinetop Lakeside, Arizona. Wow, that's a long address. That is July 12th to 14th. That makes it this weekend. And then the North Dakota Renaissance Festival is in Regent, North Dakota. And that happens to be where Ion, the leprechaun, and I went through, and we went to the Enchanted Castle in Regent, North Dakota, and we stayed there. And that is actually the location of the North Dakota Renaissance Festival, as we understand it. It is July 13th to September 1st. So I guess that's running for several weeks out there, and I think that is a new one. So if you are looking for something to do and you're in like eastern Montana / North Dakota, maybe think about checking that out. So, and
Or you just
also,
like driving.
well, no, or you can also book a room at the castle because it's very, very affordable given its particular location. So that is, and it's pretty cool. So they've got a whole steakhouse, they've got a cool medieval tavern. It's awesome. We had a good time.
And there's that enchanted highway on the way there.
Oh yeah, the Enchanted Highway, which is where we found, by the way, this. Oh, kidders. You woke me up.
Did you kill the Great Kitten again?
Well, I didn't. That is where we found her. We were actually there. Okay, go back to sleep. Good kitty. So that's GeoCat down there, and we found her when we were driving on the Enchanted Highway going to the Enchanted Castle in North Dakota, and we were looking for a geocache, and we found a kitten. So we rescued her from the shoe of the Tim Lollipop kit. It was sort of weird and very, very fitting. So, and now she's in here with me because she likes to be close. She likes to be close to her caretakers. Little critters. Okay, so that's what's down there. If you wonder why I keep looking down.
You say caretakers. It says servants. Just so we're clear.
Not yet. She's too little to know.
I don't think the cats are ever too little to know. The cats always know. It's like, you are mine, and you're like, oh, you're so cute. It's like, I will claw up your screen like Spider-Man and then knock it out completely. And did that happen?
She does claw up the screen. That is true. I have a cute picture of her doing that. Soon, though, she will be too big to do that, and then it will stop. So the last one on the list is the Gathering of the Iron Rose, which was apparently previously the Northwest Renaissance Festival. This is in 9 Mile Falls, Washington, and that is July 13th through the 28th. So it looks like it runs for a few weekends, starting this weekend, and then looks like goes to the end of July. So I have actually not ever been to that one, but I have several friends that have gone. And so if you are kind of on the eastern side of Washington, look it up. I hear it's a pretty fun event. They have jousting and other such things. So, okay.
Also, we've been to the Sterling Renaissance one.
We have?
Yes. 2 years ago, we were there, and we got to meet the Fae Court there.
No, that was the New York Renaissance Festival.
Yes, but it's in Sterling, New York. It's the same one.
So there's one in New York City too.
I didn't know that. I mean, I was literally there. I tried to pull a sword out of a stone,
Well, like, you would do that anywhere if you saw a stone and a sword and a stone, rather. You would just try to grab it and yank it out.
And I did. I actually, that's where I got Bilge the Rat at, which was a cool creature to add to my creature collection. And I can't show you guys because he's not in here. But he was this person, this artist at all kinds of. I don't know. I don't really know how to like discarded, old animal bones and things like that, and then would clean them. Like if they found dead animals and whatnot, they would collect them and make them a safe another whatevers, and then they would make just all kinds of cool art out of this stuff that they found or came across, maybe at antique stores or weird old places or whatever. So and they had these cool posable rats, and they were just really, really cute and detailed. And I bought one, and I named him Bilge the Rat. There, that's my story about Bilge the Rat. Okay, thanks everybody. And moving on to the next thing.
I had a rat once. It was breakfast.
Gross.
That's
Have you ever
not
actually
nice.
tasted
Didn't
rat?
famous Dana recently acquire?
Yes,
So-
yes, I did.
Oh
I totally did.
my god.
While we were out,
Okay, let's hear it.
She
one
was
of
in
the,
Tijuana.
while we were at
Don't
the
interrupt.
Fairyblossom Festival, I went to make sure that all of the toadstools were out and growing around the maypole. And one of the toadstools was turned in a way that there was a little field mouse stuck inside the toadstool. And so I saw it and I went and I was like, oh, how cute. And then I fed it a little bit and then I showed it to the king and the queen and they were like, oh, how cute. And then I showed it to the music box fairy and she screamed and jumped and ran away. It was funny. And
I
So
was
then
did
I
you
let
eat
it
it?
go.
I was not allowed to bop it on its head.
Did you eat it?
No, I let it go.
So it was a mouse, and you didn't eat it, so you didn't taste rat, did you?
I let it go.
Okay, fair.
The secret ingredient in the stone soup this year is
Count Morbid's toenail.
That's what we're gonna put in Count Morbid soup next year.
Toenails or a mouse?
Both.
yes.
Throw in some spiders and some.
That's how you make stone soup, right?
I know that there was. It's a
Snail and spider stew.
It's a matzo ball.
It's a mouse.
Like, see what I did right there?
Oh yeah.
I'm trying. I am trying to get Lumina
Fried mice.
online, and she's having issues. Oh, I got her.
There she
She's
goes.
here. Oh, it's Lumina!
Well, I see her in the chat.
I told
see
you
her
I
in
was
the
trying
chat.
to get her on.
I have
Okay.
I have a Lumina story from Fairyblossom.
Hang on.
All right. Yes. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Lumina, hold on. Lumina, are you there? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Absolutely not.
Not? Oh, let me see if I can turn the volume up.
Okay, we were just,
She turned. We can hear you just fine, Lumina.
why would you ever listen to me when I answer you? This is why we can't have nice things here.
Also went to my favorite.
Okay, Lumina story. Go, Count Morbid. And Count Morbid is distracted by a squirrel. See, that's what happens. He gets distracted by squirrels, looks off frame, and doesn't know what's going on. And this is why
It was
counts are not normal.
It was a small screaming child. But sorry, is it time for my
They're the best kind,
Lumina
aren't they?
story?
Yes,
Please.
your story, sir.
Why am I looking at an umbrella? Okay, so it was the wild hunt at the fairy ball,
Yes.
and I was just walking with a jackalope like you, and so the jackalope and I wanted to see stupid people run into trees in the dark. And we're wandering through, and all I have for illumination is the jackalope. But anyway, so we hear a voice, you know, we're in the woods and we're lost, and we hear a voice say, "Don't worry, I know where we are. I can lead you." And I look over, and I'm like, "That's Lumina Will-o'-the-Wisp. We are following a Will-o'-the-Wisp deeper into the woods.
Into the woods.
I see no way this could end badly.
It can come of this.
I see no way this could possibly go wrong."
Not at all.
But anyway, to end the Lumina story, we all died at the end.
And
Although the jack.
Ow, that's my face.
Is that her crying?
Wait, get her! I may have to hit mute on my microphone because the toddler won't stop.
Oh, I thought that was the cat making noise.
Yeah. Okay.
little brat.
Lumina,
No.
did you get any fat loots from the fairy market at Fairyblossom Festival?
Not a huge amount, but you know what? We had fun, so that's all that matters.
No, we mean that. Did you get any loot for yourself?
Oh,
Like,
for me? I
yes.
actually didn't do much shopping, to be honest. I was being frugal after all the trips I sent the minions into town to get things for the fair. I needed to tighten my purse string a little bit. But I did learn a very valuable lesson. Don't send the minions into town to buy the groceries for the weekend, or you will eat nothing but cup of soup and instant oatmeal.
I mean, I kind of like cup of soup. Just putting that out there.
Yeah, but not for several meals a day.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think the entire time I only really ate a few times. Once festival started, and that was because famous Dana shoved stuff down my throat because I wasn't eating because I was trying to do things.
She's good at that.
Yeah, and then stone soup happened, and I forgot I could go get stone soup, and I was trying to set up other things, so it went that way. But
That's
overall, I
probably
had a.
good because the pot of soup that she made would have only served you. It was, big, but not huge.
So, it's funny because this pot she has is freaking this big. All right, I'm not exaggerating. And the thing is that I'm sitting there throw rice in it, and she goes, "It's not soup then." And I'm like, "Well, throw rice in it." She's like, "That's not soup." And I'm like, "Then throw more water." And she goes, "Then it doesn't taste right." I go, "Throw more." So she goes, "Do you want me to cook or do you want to do this?" I'm like, "I'm out of here."
We found a giant pot. We found a giant pot when we were packing up, and I at some point need to give that to famous Dana. I think it might be bigger than the one she had. We used it in the very first year of the festival, and then it didn't get exactly cleaned. It just sort of got dumped out and put into storage. And so it's got to be cleaned out. But
I have one that might work too. I'll be right back.
So
Dana, you're gonna famous Dana, you're gonna have to bring 3 fires next year to have all these pots going at once, or I'm gonna start a bonfire. You just stick them all next to it.
My kitchen is pretty well equipped to have at least 2 gigantic pots on the stove at the same time.
Your kitchen is equipped to run stereo for Led Zeppelin. Okay.
My kitchen is equipped to make you a sandwich and stuff it in your face.
You didn't stick a sandwich in my face. Oh, that's about the same size yours going now. Yeah.
Did it have a field mouse?
Uh-oh. It's starting to rain.
Oh, no.
Ham.
I was enjoying it outside.
I clearly see the sun shining in your face. It is not raining.
Can you hear it?
But cannot hear the rain.
Yes.
But I would just like to take this moment to say, because now that I see that everyone is here, and it looks like we've got Gunther is Seelie, famous Dana is Seelie, and Ion is Seelie, and I am Seelie, and we won the Grand Pennon.
And there's Count Morgan. And there's Count Morgan being on Seelie.
Yes.
Sorry,
solidarity.
Morbid, did you hear something? I heard something that was kind of going.
I missed the last minute on account of.
Oh, okay. Let me explain to you. We were saying you suck. That's all. You suck, sir. That's it. You understand now. You have lost the past 2 years. You have lost 3 of the overall years to us. You suck, sir. Have a nice day. Carry on. I'm wearing Fairy Princess Lolly's tiara.
Hey, get that off your head.
Princess Gunther.
Princess Gunther.
Listen, it's Lord Hammerhands. Thank you.
And by the way, it's not just Princess Gunther. It's Princess Gunther.
Oh my God! What are you making fun of me?
I'm gonna buy you a tutu.
It has to be. It has to be Princess.
Princess Gunther.
If you buy me a tutu, I'm gonna buy you a work belt. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, one of us will look good in the thing that we're wearing. The other one.
But
See, but that's not fair because one of us looks good in anything, and that's me.
Give the size of the
I
shoulder
mean-
and then 222.
So
Also,
what
there's
you're
only
saying,
one.
leading
There's
up to
only
this,
one very
just so you
Princess
know,
Lolly.
yeah, I was gonna say, leading up to this, I was stunt fairy Princess Lolly. Just saying. Like there was a thing that they wanted
So
me to dress
it was-
up as you for the dance, and I was like, that's not gonna happen.
What?
She looks too good at Griffin. Yeah. So before I was
You
told I
don't even
needed to
own
dress
anything that's pink.
up. Yeah, I do.
Well, I wouldn't know about the undergarments, but you know.
It's
So there you go.
So if he needs a pink crown, I can make one for him.
No, he does not need a pink crown. I need a pink crown. He
I will
doesn't
have
need
to find
any more crowns. You missed the beginning. He's already full of himself. King Lord Baron Gunther. I'm just saying. It's okay though. Don't feel bad, Unseelie folks. You guys were close. I mean, much closer than last year.
Your
stole her
microphone is
hair,
messing up
too?
a little bit, Gunther.
That's creepy.
It seemed like
I'm sure
way
you're
too
not
much work
Unseelie.
to win.
I'm
Winning
sorry,
would have been far too
hair,
much
that's
effort.
like serial killer type of stuff there.
We can't hear you at all, Gunther.
Oh, thank God.
Man, Count Morbid, zing. Are you just in a salty mood tonight or what? Oh, spicy over there. I hear feedback somewhere. Is that me? Does anybody else hear feedback? Put it down.
Yeah, I do every now and again.
I hope it's not me. I had to put in earphones on account of screaming children.
I think.
Oh,
Gunther's
you know, I
microphone is
wasn't hearing it
messing up.
earlier. It might be you.
Try putting yourself
So-
on mute, Morbid.
So what had happened is that Fairy Princess Lolly decided to paint his Taylor Peak in my barony. So
No, let's
during
see
the
how long he
process
stays
of-
on mute without me having to tell him to get it off.
Oh, I see.
Being on mute means I can still hear you, you idiot.
Which is true.
Can you?
I know, but it's so good. I think it might actually be you, Morbid. I mean, in truthfulness.
I think it might be because I'm wearing earphones and the mic might be too close to the noise. But I'll go mute again.
I think it's because when you talk, we hear flies buzzing.
So the score was 1,052. Seelie to 947. Unseelie. That was, well, I guess that's just over 100 points. That was pretty evenly matched. Okay, toss-up time.
By the way, the reason is because of the fairy coin thief. Because none of the
Okay, I think I have to go inside. Can you hear the rain now?
We figured it was one of us.
Oh, I can hear it right now. Run for your life. You might know.
I was like, is that feedback? Oh, that's rain. Holy smokes.
I'm very happy that I turned out not to be the gold thief.
Although you were
Congratulations.
You know, that would be very funny if the provider of the gold was in fact a gold thief. I'm just saying.
There were accusations, and
I saw it. I felt very bad for you. I didn't try to bail you out.
Shade was thrown.
Shade was thrown.
I think that, so the gold thief ended up being Flynn. Flynn has a very long and unpronounceable name. In case,
isn't it? Flynn has some trouble with his name.
Flynn has an unpronounceable name.
Flynn. Flynn has issues speaking, so he runs.
Flynn, how do you say his name?
When
Is it like Flynn hippopotamus or something like that?
Flynn Hippopotamus?
It just has about right.
you need a few more letters, and they're probably freaking letters.
No,
Hippopotamus Rex. Thin Hippopotamus Rex. That works.
Here is a picture of one suspect, though.
Wait,
one of the suspects.
I don't know. I hear flies buzzing. What was that?
Enzo caught this seedy-looking suspect briefly.
I'm trying to find a place that is quiet.
I see nothing. Oh, wait. Yes. Seedy-looking suspect. That's Ion. And Ion was found innocent.
So I will say this. I think that's actually the first time we've seen Ion all out ever at Fairyblossom. Like, he's usually just hidden the entire time. And that didn't, someone caught him and said this was the feed. And Ion's like, you just now caught me, man. What's going on? You just now see me. And the first time I've seen, you drag me in front of everybody. That's not very nice, man. Just saying. It's a thing.
I think it's great that the person that caught the leprechaun was a youngling.
So if there's a youngling, if it was a childling, then, Ion, did you give them some gold?
He didn't ask me for any gold.
It doesn't matter if they ask you for gold. You not know the code. The code is you get caught, you give them gold, you get all free, and you go back on your merry way. That's like a leprechaun thing.
Is that true? Is that the code?
No.
No, it's not the code.
No, okay. Well, I think it's either leprechaun or not. That's what it is.
Gunther is just making up the leprechaun code.
By the way,
I've got a
amazing light friendship.
Absolutely.
I did happen to ask him
When I
if he had a
can.
rainbow in his
That's
pocket.
maybe if you're Seelie, but
So
if he was Unseelie, he'd be a clericon. He's not.
Yes.
Not at the moment, no.
Not at the moment. He's like going, I'm a very nice leprechaun.
I think that he has to,
Now he's got a crown. He thinks he's even higher than a princess, apparently.
I was king for the night. That was the thing. I was higher than the princess that evening, and I made my official night. My captain of the guard. It was Tinker, and it was very amusing because Tinker was being followed by the queen. I think, is that not right, Princess Seelie?
I'm sorry. Ask me again. What did you say?
Wasn't the queen following Tinker around aimlessly?
Well,
I'm pretty sure there wasn't any aimless part to it at all. I'm pretty sure it was on purpose.
I don't know because I was not keeping tabs on her in the evening, but I know that last year she was very smitten with Tinker.
Well, I could say that I personally, when I was out there and working and whatnot, Tinker goes, hello, is there anything I can do for you, Gunther? And I look at Tinker and I'm like, I look at Tinker like, yeah, mate, I got some things you could do. He's like, what would you like for me to do, Gunther? And I'm like, well, I can't talk about that on public television, but in the meantime, would you build me a fire? He's like, I would be happy to, Gunther. And Tinker starts chopping this wood. And, like, Tinker is a wood chopping fella, man. He just has it out. And I'm like, Tinker, 2 hours later, I'm like, Tinker, are you bored? He's like, no, I like chopping wood. It is fun. And I look at Tinker and I'm like, going, but your name is Tinker and you're chopping wood. Isn't that simple for you? He's like, it is. You might want to make sure the queen knows such things. And I'm like, the queen? And he's like, I'm like, the queen? And he's like, yes, the queen. And I'm like, all right, well, I got to go back into the woods anyway. So I make it as far as a Tipsy Pixie. And I'm looking around, and then there's her worship sitting there with the purple horns, the whole 9 yards. I'm like, hey, your majesty. And she's like, yes, Gunther? What do you want? And I'm like going, I don't want nothing. I was going to tell you things. She's like, okay, what were you going to tell me? And I go, your majesty, there is currently a shirtless Tinker chopping wood. And she goes, oh, well, excuse me. And then just disappears. I have never seen the majesty disappear so quickly in all my life, except for when she was demanded to tell the truth. That was one thing. A while back, we don't talk about it. And then about 10 minutes later, I go out to check the firewood, and there's Tinker standing there with the queen going, "Oh my!" He looks at the queen and goes, "Hello." And that's my story. I'm sorry. It's terrible.
I'm pretty sure that the queen is trying to get him to swear fealty to her, and I'm pretty sure that he has not done it yet.
That's possible, or she's trying to find a replacement for, the king who passed her on.
Her Majesty kept asking me to go visit her, but I was terribly busy, unfortunately. By the
I
way,
think she's trying to steal you away, Count Morbid.
I think she's just trying to be polite.
No, she's angry. She does not like the fact that Count Morbid is unseelie and is not sworn to her.
It was an accident.
It was a mercy killing.
By the way,
he tripped and fell at my feet.
I found the picture of the coin thief Flynn.
Yes. Hold on, I'm putting it up. That is
by the way,
great picture. Where is that?
Great picture.
That is from the Sunday batch that I have not uploaded yet.
So apparently what happened is Count Morbid this evening, when he was trying to load all of the many pictures he took the entire time he was out there, his computer decided to cough on him and not work. Is that not correct, Count Morbid?
Yes, it was being very slow. It stalled. I had to restart it 3 times. It was terrible.
So it was basically reflecting your personality. I got you. Thanks, man.
Yes.
Okay, so I think that the queen is trying to get Tinker as paybacks on the king, because the king had that little fox girl golem that he was hanging out with all weekend.
So I could say the Fox Girl Golem was, she was attractive, but Tinker has abs I wish I had. So that's like overkill.
Yeah.
So let me just get this straight. So Fox Girl Golem had abs that you wish you had, that she would be as attractive as Tinker? Like what?
Yeah,
the Fox Girl Golem was, you know what you just said, because you're like, the Fox Girl Golem was cute, but Tinker had abs. I knew it. Princess Gunther.
Listen, okay, you can't deny
Princess Gunther right now.
I'm just saying I don't have to be a princess to appreciate Tinker's abs. And the fact that he can wield a hammer. Like, that is a brotherly appreciation that I wish my girlfriend had. Anyway, moving on!
You wish your girlfriend had abs? Like
Yes.
Tinker's?
Yes.
I guess I just...
Look, hello, Silence, my old friend. I've come to humor you again. I got nothing else.
Oh,
Good.
by the way, here's
to know.
the fox.
Okay, so that's a golem. That's a golem right there. Check her out.
Yeah, you're not going to...
Tinker's abs. Calm yourself.
I understand, but she has more cleavage than Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leave it at that.
I don't know what that means.
That's because you're asexual, sir.
That's
He's
not
never
what
been
your
to
mom
Lake
said.
Erie.
He's never been to Lake Erie. That's also possible.
I mean, I guess that Tinker's abs are now the gold standard of, oh man, this is
A very
really great art, but is it
sorry.
better than Tinker's abs?
I will say she has amazing cleavage, but it's not more impressive than Tinker's abs. That's all I'll say. Okay, I'll probably say more than that, but that's where we're at right now.
By the way, I did think Miss Chance's arms were amazing. Like, if you see a
Okay,
close-up picture of Miss Chance, they've
So
got some biceps.
Gunther had the gun show going, and Miss Chance
Miss-
still beat him.
The
I'm just saying.
Jester.
Yes.
The Jester, yes.
Had
I
some
had
fine
many
arms.
people.
Holy smokes, the Jester.
Kitchen.
Yeah, definitely.
So in my kitchen, the Jester came in a couple of times to heat up some water for tea, and it's my understanding that she's now running the high tea for the king.
Is that why she was in our camp?
Yes, she
I
gave me
was
a
very-
bell.
I was very confused.
Aw.
What the heck is that? Are you bringing that in my house?
Yes,
All right, don't
Wait,
do that because if you
Miss
do
Chance
that,
the Jester gave you a bell.
yes, she did. As thanks
Why did
for letting me use her
why did
stove.
she do that?
So she can find you later.
Yeah.
Un-
It's like, where's the food at? Ring the bell, and then she
Everyone would
for the
know where the
tacos.
food is at. She basically couldn't get her fire to work to cook her food, so she brought it over to my kitchen, and I let her prepare her food there at the kitchen, which I've done for a lot of people this weekend. And the she gave me the bell as thanks. The music box
I feel
fairy
like-
gave me this little charm as thanks. And the tinker, when he came by and he ate, he brought me a fire extinguisher. I'm not sure if I should be insulted or not.
He was just saying you're hot. and saying it.
I walked into one night, I'm like, where did that fire extinguisher come from? She's like, think about it. I'm like, is he afraid you're going to set something on fire? And she goes, he might be. And I'm like, well, is he aware that you don't start the fires in here? I do. And she goes, no, without burning my knuckle hairs off, I don't. That's about it. That's my
That is
story.
pretty much how it happens.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's-
get a little bit close with the little clicker thing, and yeah. I don't
So I
have
have
any
to
hair
walk
on the
in
back
the-
of my hands.
I had to walk in there with my blowtorch, and I was like, cabal. And she's like, going, science. And I was like, I learned it from Ion. But it's true. I did learn science from Ion
Fire.
a little bit.
I think that-
Basically, it's that if you're going to start a fire, bring a blowtorch. That's what Ion taught me.
Makes sense.
Apparently, I didn't learn it correctly. Ion's over there laughing at me. More, but are you holding up
You got
pictures? What do you-
pictures? You got
Let me see
pictures of
let's see the picture.
Well,
the mermaid?
Okay, hold on. Is
What?
that Selkie or
I
the
missed it.
mermaid?
What did he
The
show a
mermaid
picture of?
apparently got
Wait,
kidnapped
wait.
from a
What-
pirate.
I was going to say I have a story because first off, this is the lovely Mermaid Cove, and
Right.
if you look terribly
Yes.
closely, that is a nice pirate who was
That is
there.
my pilot.
The pirate started things on Saturday morning. And now, talk amongst yourself real quick while I get a next picture ready.
Started
the
things is sort of
pirate
an
is
understatement, I think.
actually married to my.
So,
Hang on. So this pirate's actually married to my brother Ivar. Let's go there first.
yes.
And
sure, why not?
so we stick her out there, and you can carry on as exactly as you want from there, Catwoman. Richard.
Yes. So, unfortunately, the original person who was going to be at Mermaid Cove was injured, unable to come. I think she injured a fluke or something. It was a fluke accident.
The Selkie had a fluke accident.
So luckily, I knew another Selkie who was coming, and
fucking
she was
bitch.
very kind to volunteer / be recruited by us. And she arrived at noon, and so I go out. I find my new Selkie friend, and she's doing a couple things. I go to Mrs. Ivar, the pirate, and
Mrs. Ivar.
I forgot her name, but that's fair enough. It might be Mrs. Hammerhand.
And so I say that the Selkie will be here in a couple minutes, and you can show her how the game works, and then you don't have to be here anymore. And the pirate looks at me blankly and goes, "What do you mean? The mermaid was just here. She will be back in a minute, and I'll teach her the game." And I'm like, "What mermaid? Did we double book the cove?" Well, I go and get Gunther, and I get my Selkie friend, and by the time I get back, a mermaid has shown up, and we find out that this mermaid was just a random person who passed by. The mermaid was just passing by, and the pirate and her son, I don't know why you're laughing. The pirate and her son just saw a mermaid and went, "That must be the one." And they grabbed her and they told her that she had to learn the game, and she went, "Oh, okay." And so
If it was normally that easy, Catwoman, if it was that easy normally, Catwoman, we would have so much more stuff going on. I'm just saying that.
what if it was that easy to get volunteers? If we just said you're volunteering now?
Yeah, it's like if you look at the
That's,
movie,
I mean,
it's like,
that's even
yes, I am.
better than conscripting people.
Yeah, I was going to say perhaps we should have pirates in charge of air quote volunteers from now on.
Ooh.
You know what? You know what's going to be great? Is now you say that, I'm going to go talk to her as soon as I can. Be like,
Yeah.
listen, instead of me doing volunteers and getting people, it's your job. She's going to look at me and go, F you, big guy. That's what
Yeah.
to say.
Lunari.
but-
like Lunari, right?
Mrs. It's Mrs. Ivar the
Mrs.
pirate.
Ivar is,
Mrs.
yeah.
Ivar the pirate.
It's
Wait,
Mrs.
yes,
Ivar
Lunari is
Moran.
actually her name.
But yes. So I'm looking at her and went, "You stole a mermaid. You just, and the mermaid was going on with it, but you stole a mermaid. You have to throw her back. You have to throw her back. You can't keep her."
I mean, let's be honest. If I had stolen a mermaid, I wouldn't want to throw her back either. So just saying.
Isn't that what pirates do? Aren't pirates supposed to, be
No,
enchanted
listen,
by
that-
mermaids?
Listen, they're into booty, but I don't know if that includes mermaid booty. The same.
Do
booty
mermaids
shape is
actually
different.
have booties?
Let's ask
they
a
have a nice
mermaid.
tail.
Hang on, let's ask a mermaid.
Mermaids have a nice piece of tail.
Oh, nice.
Oh, so
They
yeah,
do
it's not
have
a
a
booty, it's a
nice
tail.
piece of tail,
By the
whether
way-
it's or not.
By the way, on a related note, the Selkie did say that a gentleman named the Professor kept trying to steal her skin, her seal pelt.
Ooh.
Apparently, the Professor is causing a bit of problems for some people.
So,
Kept asking for
are you
spit
saying
samples.
are you saying this professor who's supposed to be taking notes and learning is actually a thief? Then
Eh,
He's a
historically
goblin.
speaking, they're pretty much the same thing.
all
Yeah,
right,
he might
well,
be kind of
Andrew,
warlock collecting things.
Museums and thieves are pretty much the same thing. It's just one has a degree.
So
For
And
spells.
this,
the professor was the enchanted human that was in the royal court, but I don't know who he belonged to. Do any of you guys?
I don't think they do either.
So
This
when
is-
I was in the court, the Queen said he's just observing us, and I was like, "Is he part of anybody?" She's like, "No, he's just observing us and taking notes." And I looked at him. I go, "Well, take a note. Don't bother me." And I walked off. That was the thing. But apparently, he's just there observing, taking notes. He has no loyalties. He's a renegade, and I mean, I can personally appreciate renegades, but at the same time, not a human one. Just saying.
Hmm.
Are you taking on responsibilities as a baron regarding this now?
Listen, okay, that was not my barony, that was North. But if he shows up here, he will be handled.
Technically, Fairyblossom is located in Count Morbid's duchy.
Oh, so it's Count Robert's problem then. So
Oh,
what are you going to do about it?
No, it's only a problem if I care, and I don't.
It could also be a problem if, your superiors care.
If I
I
had
will
any
say,
superiors, I would worry about them.
you know what?
Oh.
Oh, man.
You know what's amazing about
You
that Count
kind of walked
Morbid
into
is,
that one. But
you know
anyway,
what's amazing
here's the
about
lovely
that?
Professor. Be on the lookout.
Yeah, he looks like he's really like hanging out with the goblins. Apparently, he has loyalty to them.
Yes. I think they were easier to get samples from.
Is it just me, or is Ion slowly tilting further and further off to the side?
It's just his hat. Don't mind him. It's just his hat. It's his hat. It just kind of leaves. He's got a pimple on his hat.
Every time I look, it's like, oh, what's this? Count Morbid showing us pictures. Let's see.
I think this is another picture of Enzo marching the leprechaun around trying
Hey,
to.
that's the professor in the background. Hold on. That's the professor in the background in that.
Yeah.
Oh, see, You know what? I think Finn was possibly falsely accused. I think the professor did it.
Ooh.
Wait, you think the
So,
professor did what?
I think Flynn, my man Flynn, was falsely accused. I think it was him.
Honestly, I thought it was him most of the weekend. I
You
really
thought it was
believed
the,
it was him.
Look, he
you thought it
even
was
looks.
who?
It looks like the
I thought the
professor.
professor was the coin thief.
He even
Like,
looks a bit weaselly, that guy.
I
Show,
believed it was
no,
him.
Cam over, bring him back on camera and show his weaseliness.
Wait, what am I doing?
Show
Show
the
the professor's
professor.
weaseliness.
One second, I have to find his picture of doing things.
Oh my goodness, I could find was two, and it's a thing.
No, you guys, just let Count Morbid do it. It'll be fine. You can be patient for like 2 seconds. Okay, wait.
My
Yeah,
hat more
yeah.
like Ion's hat now.
You wanted just the picture of the professor?
Look, yes, that's right. Look at how weaselly this professor looks. He looks
He
very
does look Beasley, yes.
yes, and he's hanging out with the wrong crew. Look at the crew he's hanging out with. It's a very bad crew.
The goblins. He's in the
That's
goblin
right.
camp.
So I think it's possible, if not very likely, that Flynn might have been falsely accused. That it was actually him that did the thing. Flynn ran out of fear because everybody was chasing him, not because he did a thing wrong.
except
Hold
for
on.
Ran before his face was revealed.
That's
What?
right.
No.
That's right.
By the way,
Wasn't
on a,
he the goblin camp
so he
they were
ran.
bringing back the cook?
Like
on
if
a
I
random
ran
tangent, the
and I
picture did
decided
not turn out well.
to go for a jog. Okay, well that's very awkward.
Let's see.
This was an attempt at getting the queen going down the slide at that lovely castle that happened to be at Fairyblossom.
Where did your hair go?
Her hair was roaming the countryside separate from her.
I swear, if anyone hears that, we're all dead.
Oh, yeah. Here is he reunited with her hair in battle. It's like Voltron.
Reunited with her hair in battle.
I don't.
Is that what's going on?
Oh my good lord! So is it basically that you're saying that her hair is like a Seelie, like a Selkie coat? Then she
Yes.
becomes queen when she puts it on.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps.
Well, no, it's more that she can send it. It roams the countryside.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying that I still think that it is suspect. If Flynn actually did it, he might have just wanted to go for a jog, and I think it might have been the professor because he's shady.
What if her hair just wanted to race a tortoise?
I mean, my hair wants to race tortoises all the time, and it stays there.
How did we get from her hair
However-
roaming the countryside to her hair wants to raise a tortoise? I
By the
missed,
way,
I missed that.
I have seen.
so this isn't a hare, but it is a jackalope with
The
also
tortoise and the
impressive,
hair. This is the hair.
Hold on. Count Morbid, I got a
jackalope is
question for
wearing
you.
Wild hunt prizes.
I got a question for you, Count Morbid.
No.
No? All right then.
Oh, you should probably. I mean, the answer's still going to be no. But what was the question?
The question was, why is the jackalope actually an identical twin of the Selkie?
I don't think they look anything alike.
Well, if those are different creature types,
Has horns.
I don't even understand how you can ask that question. That doesn't make any sense.
Listen. I can glamour my horns away and wear a hat sometimes. Why can't she glamour her horns away and wear a jacket sometimes?
Gunther?
Just saying it's a thing.
Yeah, no, Gunther, that is mistaking the Selkie for the jackalope is as dumb as thinking Finn, the perfectly normal human, looked anything like King Fedvara.
Okay, he does, so sometimes.
Do I hear a dog? Do I hear a dog?
Yes. They're fighting over territory by my feet.
Regular guy. Finn is a
I mean-
perfectly normal human regular guy, and King Fedvara is like king.
Show me the evidence. Show me the evidence. I need to see the evidence of this.
This one here. Oh, I can't get it quite down. He's the grumble butt.
Oh, so it's coming from you, Lumina, the dog? There's actually a dog calling. I'm not imagining that.
It's the two
I
dogs.
really have to confirm these things in life because
Because you're schizophrenic now?
okay, so I think that Flynn should not be he was given to the goblins for a year and a day as his punishment, but I think that he should not be let go until somebody can pronounce his name correctly.
So
We're going
I would
Rumble
agree with
Stiltskin
that.
rules.
I would agree with that, except for I don't think Flynn did it. I think he's innocent.
It's Flynn Mixelplix.
Yeah, like
You have to say his name backwards.
it's Mr. Mixelplix, and I don't think Flynn did it.
Why do you think he's innocent? I mean, he totally is the one.
He ran.
Okay, so I have to go.
He thinks he's innocent
Okay.
because Gunther's not right.
I know, I'm definitely left. That is true. I don't need to be right to be left. That is a true thing.
But you haven't
there's
said
a
why
re-
you think it. Why do you think it's him? Why do you think he's innocent?
I'm trying to find that, and I'm trying to find that right now because he's showing off pictures. I'm trying to show you why I think.
I think
It's actually in.
It's because
asked him to.
he thinks the professor looked guilty, but that's just because the professor is probably guilty of something completely different.
That's not a good sign. if the professor is guilty of something
I'm
completely
saying the
different, it's
professor
not a
is
good
guilty,
sign.
just not of stealing the coin.
That is
Guilty
still
of
a bad
something else.
thing. Because what is he guilty of in Count Morbid?
I don't worry about such details.
This is also why we can't have nice things.
I can have nice things.
Jesus, the women in simulcast.
I mean, I get pretty nice slides that are flowers, finally.
I can
They
have
come
nice
on,
things that say, Gunther, Baron Gunther, I have nice things. Look in here. And I'm going, it doesn't look nice to me. It looks like something the professor got a hold of and messed with you with.
Well, this thing looks nice here in the background that I'm working on.
See, she
You know
did
what?
that too.
You know what looks very nice? You know what looks very nice right now? Fairy Princess Laurie's crown. Fairy Princess Laurie's crown is beautiful.
Oh my God. Let me get this straight. You think that Flynn is innocent because the professor looks guilty of something?
No, I'm going to show you why. Jesus, Mary Joseph, you posted the picture earlier.
I mean,
And he
look way
spends too
more
much
guilty
time
than the
around
professor.
goblins, apparently.
What was that, Ion?
He spends too much time around goblins, apparently.
Oh, no. No, see, like, last time are you talking about me or Flynn? Because last time I was around goblins, they all ran because I had a gun.
Flynn.
But wasn't the professor around the goblins because they took him back so they could cook him?
I mean,
I don't know.
I
That's
think that
funny,
was one of the
though.
things I saw.
I would like to see that.
They wanted to make Professor jerky, if I recall correctly.
And
I believe that is a cover-up. I believe it's a cover-up. I believe it's all bull shenanigans. And that they're up to... You know how I know it's up to bull shenanigans? Because of this. Oh, you can't see it. That is
Okay.
fantastic.
We can't
Wait,
see
wait.
it.
What can
Shiny
we?
and bright.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, wait. What are we looking at?
A phone.
It's a shiny box.
It's that was Yip Yip and one of the goblins recreating the creation of man from the Sistine Chapel.
How would they know that? They're up to something?
I don't know, but I don't understand what it has to do with the professor.
I think they're setting up Flynn.
For that matter.
The professor was guilty of something else.
I'm sure the professor was guilty of something. I don't know. I don't trust any enchanted human in the realm there to gather information.
That's right. Don't trust him.
I don't.
I wouldn't
wouldn't.
either. Truly, I think he's finding information to find a way to maybe enter the realm with larger forces. And that's scary.
Well, like
Yeah,
I said, he was
horses-
after the Selkie's pelt so he could control her.
Well, see, this is a thing.
Think he's trying to capture fairies?
That's what I think. Or possibly he's a warlock looking to gather
Oh,
intel
no.
and get over.
If that man's a
coin.
I mean,
Did
okay,
Flynn
now we
even
got to
say
figure
he
out
was
what he's up
innocent?
to. Like Flynn didn't get to say much of anything as he was taken off by the goblins because they're like, "Hey, it's us! Yeah!
Hey, don't yell!
Ah!"
Stop yelling! My gosh, you're so loud. It hurts our
You're
ears.
scaring the cat.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, I got a question for you. I got a question for you. All right. Doesn't that face look innocent to you?
Okay,
Yeah,
hold on.
That
Which,
looks satanic, actually. It's glowing red.
that's Flynn. That's Flynn. And no, it does not look innocent.
Not at all.
Okay, let me try again. Hang on. What? Okay. All right.
So the king.
Does he look innocent now?
Okay,
no,
hold
he's
on.
just blurry.
Let's see. Nope, can't see it. It's too bright.
I don't know.
Yeah, here's the innocent
Well,
face
he looks.
that Gunther keeps
He looks
talking
like he's trying to. I think he's.
about. Here's the
It does
innocent
not look
face.
innocent at all. I'm just
Nope,
saying.
not innocent.
The net
That's
that
milk.
giveaway.
Ion, you are seriously sitting crooked. Why are you crooked?
It's his hat. It's just doing it to
It
throw
is
you
not.
off.
It is not his hat. It is him. Every time he's like a little more and a little more and a little like what's going on,
I
guys?
think he looks sorry.
The other way.
I think Ion looks
Little
fine.
teapot,
Oh,
sure.
Now he does because he sat up as soon as I said something. I just want to know what's going on. Like, why is he slowly?
I think Ion needs a cushion under his
I would
bum.
just like to point out who else looks guilty. Look who else looks guilty in this picture.
Okay, first off,
All
your
I
picture
see is
quality.
blur.
I don't know.
It's blurry.
There it
Oh,
is.
that's morbid.
Oh,
It
does
is
look
so
like Morbid
blurry. I
Morbid
don't know
Morbid.
why. You could definitely see Morbid on the ground, rolling around as he's being held down because he's guilty of the whole thing too.
Well,
So
He's in on it.
Enzo was accusing a lot of people.
It's Kenzo. Are you saying Kenzo or Enzo?
I'm saying whichever one of those two things is correct.
I believe it's Kenzo.
Kenzo with a K.
Okay.
Enzo?
It's symbolism. Symbolism.
Oh, you've got that down so good, Princess Gunther.
Oh, well, thank you, Prince Lolly. You're doing well yourself.
Yeah. All right then.
All right. Well, since we're established that.
Okay, so what was your favorite part of the whole festival?
The nighttime.
Sleeping.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Okay, one at a time, and I'm gonna call on Count Morbid first because he is the second highest ranking. Go, Count Morbid. What was your favorite part?
Well, I was pleasantly surprised that the castle I brought did not collapse on any children.
This is
that's
good.
because I fixed it 3 times.
Your faces 3 times.
So there was a point where me and Fairy Princess Holly took it apart because you put it in pumpkin.
That
we had to move
that was your favorite part. Your favorite part was my castle didn't collapse on anybody.
Yes.
Like none of the rest of the festival even existed. Right? Your castle didn't.
I'm just saying, crushing small children be under a castle would have been a little bit of a downer for me.
Like, that sounds like that would be an album for you, sir. It's like crushing children, no problem.
I also really liked the part where I left for several hours to get lights because I didn't have to be around small children.
Oh gosh.
Hold on, is that where he went?
You know, I would just like to put in a request that you and Baroness Gale start teaching your youngling Slua how to have a Slua voice because he's the loudest Slua I've ever seen in my life.
I would like to point out too that we didn't know that Count Morbid was actually gone for 3 hours or so. So
Because I'm very sneaky.
I know it's because we didn't care.
Oh, ouch.
Now when
Hold
you
on,
came back, we were very happy. We were very happy.
I cared because I was asking him to do things like get lights. I super cared. I cared about you.
Yes.
Oh, is that why you asked me what Kurt Woman was 15 times? Then?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. I understand now. See, things you
All right.
don't find out till after
Can
the
you please
festival.
let him answer now? I would like him to take responsibility for that loud little sluah that he's got down there.
Oh, I didn't make him.
But you brought him.
I didn't make the kid. Sorry.
I blame Baroness Dorian for that one.
Baroness still
No.
Dorian.
See, listen, Baroness still Dorian. We can blame
Still
the
Dorian,
freaking Hugan. We can blame Hunan and Hunanful in the woods.
By the way,
Hunan
I did
Oh, what's
also
that?
like watching people read stories in Morbid's manner.
Well, that's cool. The call,
Yeah.
the Call of Cthulhu,
Nice.
In the style
but
of Dr.
it's like
Seuss,
Dr. Seuss. Oh, I want that book.
Yes.
you know,
Listening to her read was very amusing.
apparently Gunther and Patience are not things that go well together.
Okay,
Shock.
let's see. I guess
Hello?
that Gunther, you are the next in line. What was your favorite part?
The part where I got to swear my oath to you, very Princess Lonely.
Oh, you're so nice. Are
I
you
was-
just
No, actually, that was actually my favorite part. Is where I got to swear my oath.
okay? What was your
Because when
second
you know-
favorite part?
Well, it was where they were owning where we beat the Unseelie court. Actually, my favorite part. Now, see, I'll be honest. My favorite part was actually when I got to go out into the woods and help with setting up the modules. That is actually my favorite part. When I got to go help the dungeon crawl and such. Personally, favorite because I felt very helpful and very like even Count Morbid was like going, I got to do an elf shot. What, he's had everything figured out, and I'm like, hey, why don't we do this too? Why don't we hang a thing? And he's like going, that's a good idea. Why don't we do that? And I'm like, all right, let me go get some string and such. And I come back and I do the thing, and he ran off. And I
What
had
was
to run it.
which module did you like the best? Did you think was
So the best module, and this is probably because I am a bit biased from where I'm from, was the battling the ice giants. There was a point where the ice giant was battling a little girl, and I was walking through the woods, and the little girl could not beat the ice giant, so I snagged the ice giant up and put him in a sleeper hold.
and then she beat him.
And then she beat him and he was asleep, and it was amazing. And it was like I ended up with blue all over my arms, which, you know, it's all right. But the little girl won, and I was very happy, and it was a good thing.
Okay. Uh-oh. How about Famous Dana? What was your favorite part?
Well, we had the stone soup feast and potluck, I guess, and there were several people who put in food that they made to as a contest, and I, being making the stone soup, I wasn't part of that contest because that was the meal for everyone to eat, and there were little cups that you could put your vote in on the table where all the food is. And, well, there were still people who came up to me after all the stone soup was gone and all the food was gone, and they gave me their token because they wanted to vote for me. So I got 2 votes
Oh,
making the stone soup. And
it was really
I was
good
really
stone soup.
excited. I was making it all day long. I started about 11 o'clock in the morning with the chicken part, and
We ran out.
we ran out. I was digging at the very bottom of the pot to give people everything I could, and there were still some people who didn't get to have some, and I feel really sad about that because it was really good. Now, I also didn't have some, but I was munching on some all day long while I was cooking it. So, I have to test
Chef's
to see if the
privilege.
potato was done cooking.
I was watching on it too.
I didn't get the chance to sample it, but I'm sure it was lovely.
Oh, by the way, real quick.
So next year,
I
twice
learned a
as
few
much.
things.
Here,
Yes.
here
And
Like-
actually,
is
my
part
pot.
of, the stone soup from Famous Dana.
Wait, what is this?
Part of this. That is not. That is the little mouse I found in the toadstool.
Was this
Sheesh.
not in the stone soup?
No, that was not in the stone soup.
Just your
Yeah,
serving,
that-
Count Morbid.
That was actually breakfast for Gunther.
Oh, I thought it was you guys put it into Count Morbid's tent. That would have been a good place for it.
Why
No,
don't you do
that
that
would've been
to the poor
home.
mouse?
We had a lot of little mice visitors in our camp while we were camping. So that was one problem that we had where we were set up. We were right next to the trees, and the little mice wanted to come into our camp every single day and munch on any food that was left out during the night. So
Yeah,
we
Mark,
had to make sure
there's-
everything got put away.
What was the best?
The-
What was the winning dish from the? What was the winning dish from the potluck? The cooking contest.
There was another soup that was cooked on site. It was a vegetable soup that had whole potatoes that looked like rocks. It was amazing. But they put cream cheese
Always miss
as
the
a
cool
cream.
stuff.
They put
Cheese.
this, yeah, they put cream cheese in their soup, and that was the whole difference, is that it was all vegetarian, and then the cheese, and it was, a lot of people really liked it, and there were some people who mixed this two soups together just to have the flavors of both, and they liked that as well. But they were the winner, and then next was the dessert dish by Will-O-Wisp over there. That was an amazing. Was it peach?
Peach cobbler, yeah.
Peach
Aw,
cobbler,
I
and
missed
it
all the
looked
good
really
stuff.
good too.
I'll make some at Canterbury.
Wait, there was peach cobbler.
There
Yes,
was
there
peach
was.
cobbler.
I quit. You're barren now.
You didn't stay to taste everything, so it happens. Then
Okay.
the third
Sleeping.
one was pancakes with some fruit and marshmallows as a topping.
Fruit and marshmallows as a topping.
Mhm.
That sounds very Buddy the Elf.
Yes.
Well,
Okay, Lumina, what was your favorite thing?
It has to be the hunt, because I captured
The
the queen
hunt?
times and scared the snot out of her each time, apparently.
You captured the queen in the wild hunt?
3 times. 3. I was wearing black. I just stood at the
I'm
pathway and waited for people to come by and tagged them.
But the queen was a fox in the wild hunt?
She
Yes.
was.
wow.
I thought the music box
Wow.
fairy was.
No, the music.
I
box
missed that. I
was-
feel like I wasn't even there.
I knew that was happening.
You were
Uh-oh.
busy.
There's a Gunther.
Okay,
Hat.
Wait,
I-
why was
Ion,
Fairy
what was
so
it?
busy at Fairyblossom?
His hat's
Shush.
really heavy.
well, Ion, what was your favorite part?
So whilst I was being accused by Kenzo, he first
Among
sold
others.
He first sold me to was attempting to sell me to the goblins because he thought I stole their gold. But while this was going on, I got to observe the goblins, and they were thoroughly entertaining. At this very moment that I was being captured, they were of the belief that Count Morbid was a vampire and were attempting to stake him with what looked to be a defense post, which took at least 3 of them
Is
killed at a
that
time.
what was going on? Well, that was the giant thing they were running around with and they kept missing.
Right.
I didn't realize that's what they were doing.
It was difficult for them to coordinate wielding such a weapon, and I found that extensively amusing.
It was amusing. I actually witnessed that part, and I'm a little sad that they missed.
I am
Not a
too.
vampire.
Looking at
They weren't even close to my heart.
There,
They were about
yes!
to go someplace completely different.
The famous thing, how do you get this thing to work?
oh, that was good times right there.
Well, You see, what had happened was it has the magic Velcro in the back that's supposed to go around your head, and I think you may have like missed that part on yeah.
You look like a giant Q-tip.
So do you. You look like a giant butt scratcher with your headless, but I don't
Oh, my
that's not
goodness.
you.
So one
Okay,
thing I
you're
was
right. I do like a giant Q-tip. That's right.
So
At least
one thing I was
you-
trying to understand from Fairyblossom Festival was that there was something going on with the Queen's Eye that I have no idea what that was.
So apparently the
Okay,
king
so
had taken the queen's eye at some point because of what wisdom. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
I don't know. I'm asking.
She had
I'm
a big scratch on her
I'm
face. I
asking
thought they had a fight.
Listen, I'm asking the princess. Was it?
well, I didn't
Is it
hear
or
what
is it
Gunther
not
said
true the
because
queen
for
had her
whatever
eye
reason
taken
it cut
because she
out
lost
on.
last year? Is that right?
I didn't hear what Gunther said because it cut out on my end. My understanding is that the king, that they had some kind of a bet going on, and the queen lost, and so the king took her eye, and then to get like the king will not give it back because the queen has been threatening his fox golem girl, and he does not believe that he has to return her eye just because she's threatening him or
I mean,
something.
I wouldn't think so either.
But
I
whatever
will
the
say this.
case, but you know what also though, the fox golem girl, I think that the king borrowed from Lord Oberon.
You know what? I have seen her with Lord Oberon.
How about that?
I have seen her with Lord Oberon last time we were at Canterbury. Isn't that right, Princess Lily?
I don't know. But I guess
mean-
we'll find out in a couple weeks if we see her at Oberon's Traveling Tavern.
You know, back then I was a commoner and I hung out in the taverns. I won't lie. And I do believe I saw her there. Now I have to be above that. and stick
Only
my
for like a
pinky in.
couple minutes, though. I mean, only for like a couple minutes.
I mean, I can resist for a couple minutes and it's okay. Then is that true?
I think it has to do with the number of cups you're into.
Well, if I'm not mistaken,
You have to be out the whole
Lord Oberon. Hang on. If I'm not mistaken, he's Lord Oberon, and one of my titles as a baron is Lord, correctly? So I can
Correct.
go hang out with him. So I can go hang out with him, and it'd be okay. But if I go and hang out with the other people, it's just common folk, right?
You know, don't get too high on your horse there, Mr. 10-foot tall. Okay?
Listen, how much higher can I get to 10 foot tall, Miss 3'10"?
I don't know, but I mean, your head has really expanded, so hard to say.
You know,
I'm just saying that I think the king still has the queen's eye, and it hasn't been returned to her, and nobody knows where it's at.
So what you're
But
suggesting is that I should get the queen's other eye then?
Well, I did give her a dragon's eye as replacement.
Well, that's fair.
She might offer a very pretty reward for somebody who returns her eye to her.
I think her other eye happens to already be on Tinker.
That's true.
Very Princess Lolly.
Tinker-
Can
That's funny. Okay, so how many times have you called yourself and that's called you very Princess Lolly? Let's understand that. Are you very Princess Lolly or are you very Princess Lolly? Or are you
be
both?
both.
As long as
I
you're
can
the prettiest.
be whatever I want.
As long as you're the
Well,
prettiest.
Count Morbid's magic mirror seems to think that I am very Princess Lolly, and my magic mirror seems to think that Count Morbid is Count Morbid.
So I'm gonna break it because now I'm noble. I'm gonna break the tie here.
No.
Okay, hold on. Mine says that You are very, in fact,
and
very
actually,
Princess Slowly, and he is
Count
in
Morbid.
fact Count Morbid. So it is a tie.
Look, he looks
You are
like Count
Morbid.
Morbid right now. It's true. Count Morbid.
Like he looks like Count
He's under his
Morbid.
covers. He's Count Morbid.
It was my very bottom weekend.
The very bottom weekend.
Yes, I know, and it was well demonstrated to the king.
Hold on, Count Morbid, is that a pair of my underwear you have on your head? It looks like a pair of my underwear. Are you in my drawer?
He's like, absolutely.
Yours. I hope
not.
I think those are the ones that left with skid marks in the piffy at Fairyblossom, it looks like. Yeah, that's familiar.
Nope.
Okay, you guys. I'm just gonna say that like all the talk about the food made me super hungry, and we are now 10 minutes over our time, and I really want a steak at the AFK.
So I have a thing though. We have a thing, Fairy Princess Slowly.
Oh, we do. What's our thing? What is the
Okay,
thing?
first off, Canterbury, right? We got the Canterbury in my barony, right?
Yes.
And then come, what is it, November 11th, you say? Yeah? happens
November 9th. November 9th.
November 9th. Okay, for November 9th. What happens then?
No. We're telling Gunther it's the 11th.
Okay, we'll get to our say tonight because you already took it early anyway.
I have something to do with
What
the.
is it we're doing?
We also have.
Oh, hold on.
Are we going to have
Where does he
shenanigans?
do my tacos?
Are we going to have shenanigans at the Bigfoot Festival?
Yes.
That's in August, right?
And that's, so whose barony is that? Is that Count Morbid's or Duchess Dorian's?
What?
The Sasquatch thing, is that in Duchess Dorian's or is that Count Morbid's area?
I think that is in. I think that's in
Sandy.
Baroness Dorian's.
So Duchess Dorian.
Yes, still Dorian. Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Baroness Dorian.
Yes, in the City of Roses, which the Mundies call Portland.
So where are we going to have this?
No, not Portland. It's
Troutdale.
Troutdale.
I thought it was
Whatever.
in Sandy.
You
I think
don't
it's in Sandy, Oregon.
actually. You don't actually need to come up with the fairy version of Troutdale because Troutdale already sounds like the fairy version of Troutdale.
Well, okay,
I
first of
think
all,
it's kinda
I
fishy to
didn't
me.
come up with the fairy version. It's right there. If you look on the Wikipedias, it says Portland, City of Roses.
It does.
See, you just have to know how to look with your magic eye in the Mundy world, and you will see where all of the enchantment is.
I still think Troutdale seems a little fishy.
Mm.
A bucket of fish.
And Sandy, that'll get everywhere when you sit on it.
Yeah, that's a thing.
But we've got to meet Bobo if we go to have shenanigans at the Bigfoot
Okay,
Fest.
well, so slow down. So the shenanigans happening at Bigfoot Fest. There's Canterbury where we're gonna have a tea party, right? And then after the shenanigans at the Bigfoot Festival, we are gonna go on to the dumb supper for Samhain or Samhain. Is that right? Is that
Samhain.
picking up?
Samhain.
Samhain. Hold on. Ion? Well, how do you say it, Ion?
Samhain.
I didn't ask you. I asked you
Yes.
Ion from Ireland.
So the thing about H's is they mess everything up.
Okay. So how you say it then?
Samhain.
Samhain. Fantastic. Samhain it is. So we're gonna have a dumb supper of Samhain
That's
on
literally
November
what
9th.
every
Is that
single one
correct?
of us said. How come every single one of us has said to you, I've said to you, and Lumina said to you, and Dana said to you, all of us are like, it's pronounced Samhain, but you're like, no, I don't believe any of it until Ion tells me.
You know why?
Is he
Because
supposed to be
Ion
the
knows
smart guy?
science. So Ion knows science and lights things up. So I
No,
can
you
appreciate that fact.
What is
Therefore, I asked him.
No. You just wanted it to be mansplained.
Listen, you haven't had no seeds wearing green. Which one am I going to believe?
What is going on, Count Morbid? What are you doing right now? Why are you in the toilet?
If you're draining it with
He likes it there.
I was sitting down for a long time.
What? I don't want to know anymore. No, I'm not like.
I think he's been hanging out with the goblins too long. That's what I think, for Princess Lolly. Do you want me to off with his head?
If
No,
he was
see,
hanging out
Ion's
with the
crooked again.
goblins, it would have been green.
I is not crooked. It's his hat. I explained this to you. Do you want me to off with him with his head? Yes or no?
It's not
Okay.
crooked, it's slowly disappearing.
Okay, and so yes, on November 9th, we're having a dumb supper dinner, and that is going to be in Ridgefield, Washington.
Ridgefield, Washington.
Yes,
All right.
that's near Vancouver.
That's near Vancouver, eh?
All of these things which can be found via our Facebook page, where we list all of the events and the various things, because we're going to do more stuff in between now and November. So we have
So I'm gonna say this.
lots of things, many good things. So we'll do. Does anybody have? Gunther, stop interrupting me. I'm gonna put you on mute, okay? Because you will not stop interrupting me. Oh, now he's mad. He's like, no, I'm gonna mute myself.
I'll just unmute myself.
Okay.
Now I get to look at pictures of things again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying. Okay. It's 9:20. It's 9:20. Okay. In 2 weeks, we will have our next Fairy News Network calendar. So, I don't know, does anybody else have anything to say? I'm just going to go down the list. Gunther, do you have anything you would like to say in closing? Go.
Yeah. We are planning for December at the store. There's actually a story, Christmas thing going on here. We're gonna have shenanigans out here for Christmas with Santa Claus and Storybook Land, like we did last year. So it's gonna be a thing we have.
We are?
Yeah, that's the plan right now.
We should do that at Peacock Lane as well.
Well, we had a good time last year, so. Okay, so
Peacock Lane too.
All right, I will get an updated date as of probably next month, when I know for sure when they're going to have it out at
we will put it onto the Facebook page.
That's right. That's where we're going to put it.
Famous Dana, how about you? Anything in closing? Famous Dana, anything in closing?
No. Gunther stole my hat.
See, I think Gunther stole the gold. I think he's right. Finn was blamed erroneously. I think it was Gunther.
So I will tell you, you can think that all you want, but still I drive a Pinto.
Focus. Man, you guys like hurting fairies over here. Okay. Ion, do you have anything to say in closing?
Nope. I'm good.
Lumina, do you have anything to say in closing?
Nothing.
And Cat Morbid, do you have anything to say in closing?
Finn acted alone from the book depository.
Somebody should be here.
Okay.
Also, handyman.
Everybody say goodbye. Goodbye. We will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
See you from Canterbury. Night, yeah.
I ate a taco.